So I'm gonna thank CBN again, because guess what I would do? I watched your videos. I went through the whole, as good as God on the street. I went through all the steps, right? Because of you, I created my website. Because of you, I'm able to have these proposals. I can go in there in a professional manner because of the platform that you have, because of the questions that I can ask from the people in CBN. So some of the juggernauts, like, these are great, great people.
Headed to the top, there ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, own property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. I'm flashing for. I'm on my grind, not no more fashion show.
What's up, y'all? AJ Simmons here, founder of the Clean Biz Network, back with another great interview for you guys, right? So today's guest is a special one to me, y'all, because this is somebody that's actually from where I'm from. You know what I mean? Like my actual hood. Like he you know what I mean, actually got a chance to watch me come up. And I'm proud to say that I can actually call him an OG, you know what I mean? Because when you hear about his success story, I think it's going to really touch you the way that I feel like, you know what I mean, the way it touched me. So without further ado, please welcome Mr. DeMarcus Wade. I was about to say DeMarcus Russell for some reason. Anyway, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, man? Good to be here, man. Good to be here.
I appreciate you, bro. All right, man. So you already know when people come on here, we like to try to jump straight into the fun part and talk about the numbers, bro. So if you don't mind sharing, because you let us know about where you are right now, revenue for your business.
Last year I did 135,000.
Wow.
To this year, yeah.
That's what's up, bro. So before we jump into how you got to that point, let's go ahead and start with your journey, bro. So if you could just give us a little bit about your background, where you're from, who you are, all of that.
All right, so yeah, I'm DeMarcus Wade, regular guy, you know what I'm saying? Commercial cleaning guy. I got into this field simply because my stepdad, my little brother's dad, had a commercial cleaning company in Northern Virginia back in the day, and it was the best my mom has ever lived in her life, right? Even though they split apart, and my uncle had one as well, and it just made sense to me. So when I got the chance, it was a great opportunity for me to do what I needed to do, and I knew this was something that could be something major. I'm still in the early stages, but it's proven fact to you guys and other guys as well.
Absolutely. Okay, so you came home in March, right?
2020, yes, sir.
You did a little bit of prison time, so I kind of want to let's talk about that for a minute, because you started the cleaning business in March 2022. Then, and that was at the height of the pandemic too, for the record.
Yes, sir.
Then I believe you did 14 years
in 3 weeks. But here's the thing. So when I went to prison and I knew I had all this time, it was like, all right, how am I going to take care of myself? And it might seem oxymoronic to regular people in society, but it's like, how can I thrive in this environment? And I knew I needed a good job. So I got a trade in commercial cleaning in 2008 from Substitute State Prison in Virginia. And I learned how to do everything from auto scrubbing, carpet machines, buff and wax stripping. I learned all the high to low detail cleaning, and I still have the certificate, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And from there, I always had a quote unquote high paying job in there. So when I come out here to do, I was doing it for 45 cents out there. So to work for like $100 an hour now it's you know what I'm saying? Or more, so yeah.
So man, so how did you have the mindset to do this first off? Because according to society, you should have been done, right? You're talking about a felon, I assume. Somebody that's been away from society as a norm. So just like how do you get the mindset to even pull this off, to build $130,000 a year cleaning company?
I guess for me it's just like to keep it simple, I'm gonna get some money regardless, right? So it was like, I don't want to go back to prison. So I knew that, all right, it's a couple of other businesses that I want to get into, but it's like, all right, what can I afford right now? What can I do that I won't mind that can pay me? You know what I'm saying? Give me a lifestyle. And before I started, I talked to your brother, I talked to Mike. Yeah. And Mike was actually the one who introduced me to you and your platform, which is a blessing. I love CBN. I'm gonna talk hard about it at the end. I won't get too much into it now, but it's such an amazing blessing to people like us. But I just knew I wanted to do something. So for me, it's like, all right, let me come out here, and because I've seen family members do the same thing, right? And I don't want to be a mom and pop. One of my biggest things, I don't want to be just like the mom and pop granddad's business. Like he had been cutting grass for 20 years and it never turned into anything. You know what I'm saying? I know a guy that has a lawn care service that does $600,000 a year. I know people who have commercial cleaning companies that do $100,000 a month. Well, cleaning companies do $100,000 a month. So for me, it's like, all right, to meet people who, I mean, I've met these people later on, but to know that I can, you know, get out here and to turn my company into it. What I did was, all right, to answer your question a little bit more deeper, I came out here and I got out in March 20. I opened my company in August of 2020, right? That's when I actually opened, August 16th, 2020. So you remember everybody got those stimulus checks.
Yeah.
My $1,500 stimulus check, I took $750 of it and I invested in a networking group of all in the areas actually around the world, but I invested in this particular networking group. And this is how God works, man. I was, you know, I met one guy that has a commercial cleaning. No, he has a residential cleaning company. And I used to do, I was subcontracting doing move out cleanings for him, right? Mind you, I had no idea what a move out cleaning of a home was. I know how to buff, wax, strip, do toilets, right? That's all I've ever done. So what he did was he gave me the opportunity to subcontract with him. But what he wound up doing, he was like, hey, look, he's seen the money that was coming in. He was like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a part of my team over to take up, you know, to take over. He said, but I won't leave you stranded. So everyone that called him, because he was residential, everyone that called him that had commercial aspects, what he would do is he said, I don't want any percentage of it. Which what I'll do is I throw it to you and you go with the professionalism. So I'm gonna thank CBN again, because guess what I would do? I watched your videos. I went through the whole, as good as God on the street. I went through all the steps, right? Because of you, I created my website. Because of you, I'm able to have these proposals. I can go in there in a professional manner because of the platform that you have, because of the questions that I can ask from the people in CBN. So some of the juggernauts, like these are great, great people. And because of that, I began to get contracts in because of, you know, word of mouth referral, and to I haven't lost a client yet, you know what I'm saying? It's been 2 years, you know what I'm saying? But I haven't, and it's growing, it's still growing. Like it's, you know, my summer months are amazing. Like I'm doing about close to $12,000 each month, but my summer months, because I have vacation beach homes and things like that, that's going to increase my revenue for at least another 3,000 for the summer months. And that's, you know, I do post-construction cleanings as well, one-offs, which is, you know, I'm thankful, man.
Man, you almost brought a tear to my eye there. And I'm gonna tell you why too, because you know, when Mike first brought you to me, shout out to bro. You know, I was a little nervous. I'm always a little bit apprehensive for my people home in particular, because you know, when I originally got on the internet, right, to talk, that's the only people I wanted to talk to. But as time went on, I felt like they weren't really messing with me. So I just said, you know what, I ain't gonna post on Facebook no more. I'm gonna go to YouTube, and then whoever find me in the world, they'll deal with me. But I just kind of disconnected myself altogether, because I felt like people wouldn't actually do what I'm saying to do, or they wouldn't follow the steps, or they wouldn't respect the platform simply because of me. You know what I mean? So the fact that you actually went through, you making it happen, and you can proudly say that, no, I mean, I was able to help you with that. Like that shit, it hit a different way, bro. So I just gotta really like salute you on that for real.
I salute you, brother. Straight up.
Appreciate you, bro. So let's talk about this now, because when Mike came home, we had a struggle, and I interviewed my guy William Wade from CBN, and he talked about the same struggle too. So I want to ask you this: the technical part, right? You want no smartphones, you know what I mean, when you left. So how was that struggle? Like, did you struggle with, you know, navigating the phones and getting on these computers, sending invoices? How was the technical aspect for you?
Okay, so for me, all right, so because I did a long time and I knew I wanted to grow. We know it's a conscious decision to say I want to be better. I want to be successful. I want to be a better husband, father, parent, whatever, right? So what I would do is I had 5 steps, and I tell people this all the time. Some 5 steps, and I still practice these days. I said if I could do something every day, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially, to grow, I could mark my steps in life, right? So they had classes in there that allowed us to jump online, to go and not to jump online, but to learn computer access and stuff like that, right? And I got a good comprehension level, so I asked the right questions, and like, man, like you helped. What you did showed me how to put my website together, but I still had to get help from people because like I'm not computer savvy, right? You know, I had my cousin's wife, hey, look, can you help do this and the third, and so it was a lot of things, but I just asked the right questions. Like I'm you know, Fabulous said a song. He had a song a long time ago, and he said smart people's answer. He said he said a smart man asks questions when he's curious. So I always ask questions. And if I don't have the advice, you know, I can get it from you or somebody else. So asking questions and just following the lead.
Facts, man. I tell people all the time, you know, I ain't never been the smartest. I ain't make good grades at all in school. But one thing that helps me to know more is because I ask so many questions. Like I'm not scared to ask the dumb question in the room. And I think that's right there, like exactly what you're saying. That helps take you so much further, bro. So I agree 100%, man. All right, now assume that you had to supplement your income somehow, right? When you first came home. So in the beginning, like, did you have a job? And then if so, like, what kind of work were you doing?
All right, so that's a good question right here. So when I came home, right at the height of pandemic, I didn't have my social security card and birth certificate because of the prison people, so I couldn't get a real job, right? So it was a white guy. Shout out to Dave, man, real cool dude, man, real solid guy. Dave kept hitting me on Facebook, called me. So me, I'm not gonna lie, Dave was on drugs. He just was a good dude. He just kept hitting me. So I'm like, well, why do we want to communicate on Facebook? But some say he kept messaging. Some say, man, one day reach out to him. So I did. I said, hey, Dave, what's going on? He said, look, man, my family has a tree cutting service. If you need a job, I can get you a job. So me, manager,
too. He did a jank for me on at one of my properties out there.
you see what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm used to having some money, right? And I can say it's beneath me, but at this point in my life, it's like I have to do whatever I have to do to get where I'm going. Nothing is beneath me taking care of myself, my family, my future. So managing my there like 5 guys, I'm fresh out of prison, I'm in shape. I'm lifting these big logs while they cut these trees down because everybody was getting high their twigs. And I'm doing all this for $100 a day. I'm getting up at 5:30 because I was staying at my mom's house sleeping on the floor. I'm getting up from 5:30, catching the bus from downtown Portsmouth to Little Creek. And is it Little Creek and Tower Drive? That's like a 2.5-hour bus ride just to get there, to go to work with them, to catch the bus back home. And I did that. Then I got a temp service job. I was doing temp service. I went and got on through the shipyard till I got laid off. And I just never gave up. I had plans to do this. Is the plan. I had a little bit of money to say this is the plan was to start a commercial cleaning company, right? And I just like I said, I went out there and I invested, and I met some people in prison too. I met a really good guy through a program that was really a great catalyst. Because of this, man, these people helped me get a loan, secure a loan out of prison. I wasn't out of prison a year, and I secured a $30,000 loan because of somebody I met in prison. Imagine he's not a prisoner. He's never a prisoner. He's a guy. He's actually, and I'm gonna shout him out up here, man, so y'all can look him. His name is Ed Stuckey. His company is Republic Capital Access. For any of y'all that's out there, man, they might be getting into government spaces. You need capital for the government spaces. He only loans money to people in the government capital. You know what I'm saying? That's getting it, like, do anything with the military or whatever like that. So if you need somebody, Ed Stuckey, Republic Capital Access. Me, he can't loan me $1 because I'm just a state type guy, right? I do commercial. But he introduced us to people out of Texas that actually work with people who were in prison, finance guys. I went in there, I did my Zoom meetings, I put my proposal together, you know what I'm saying? I did all my research, I went in there, I knew exactly what I was talking about. And man, them people gave me that money. Hey, bro, them people gave me that money. I said, this is exactly what they said. The people say, I only asked for $7,500. They matched my 75, but I didn't know anything about working capital.
Right.
So they said you need working capital. So we went back, revised it. He and I came up with a plan. He asked for $23,000. This is exactly what they said. Now, y'all gonna laugh at this one. I said, hey, I'm sitting up all, neat trying to, do everything. You know what I'm saying? So I told the guy, I said, I need 20. We asked for 23.5. He said, look, DeMarcus, if you need 30, 40,000, man, we got it. I'm sitting to myself, man, this is goddamn shit. But I'm keeping it composed. So they gave me $30,000. This is how great it is. They gave me $30,000 in, I think, January of 21. They gave me a $20,000 deposit to my account. The other $10,000 say if you need it, you can use it in 5 and 5. We don't want you to use it like a credit card. I never touched the other $10,000. I paid $736 a month. It was a 30-month loan, 7%. I finished paying that loan in July. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm out here taking care of business. You know what I'm saying? And that was a big catalyst too, because I needed that money to have these jobs and to be able to get stuff done. You know what I'm saying? Because I had some big jobs that I had to finance, man, by the grace of God, from my website. People found them, and so yeah, that was a lot of things that helped.
God damn, boy, that's
it's on the God, bro.
In there, man, I swear, because like catching the bus for 2 hours, right? Which, by the way, bring up Mike again. He did the exact same thing, right? So he didn't do the trees, but he was doing the temp service, and he had to catch the bus from Little Creek all the way to Portsmouth, back and forth, right? And sometimes I'll say, "Man, go get him," but I wanted him to go through that because I had to go through that, and I felt like that was the only way to make sure that his mental was strong enough to deal with this shit that you got to deal with in entrepreneurship. So, but same thing with you, bro. Like, you went through that, then you turn around, you put the work in on the mental side too. Like, if you didn't know something, you researched it, right? If you heard about a loan, you ain't just ask or wait for the person that told you about it to do everything for you. You figured it out. You went to these Zoom meetings. You made sure that you presented yourself professional, put together a business plan. Oh, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, I want the people to understand the type of character, the type of person that you got to be, because y'all gonna look at the title, right? We're gonna definitely make a thumbnail for this YouTube video, and it's gonna say You know what I mean? Something extraordinary, right? To catch your attention, we're gonna put some dollar amounts up there. But I think I need y'all to make sure y'all get this part though. He put the work in. If you ain't willing to put that work in, it ain't gonna work for you. So I wanted to make sure we drove that home. All right, now, all right. When did you know that it was time? Or better yet, did you quit any? Like, are you working any jobs anymore other than your business?
No, I quit in 2020 21. I quit in 2021. Listen, because I'm gonna tell you, the guy, like I told you, this is the only God, man. This is how God works. So the guy that I was subcontracting for, and I'm gonna shout him out. His name is Lee Sheridan. I'm throwing out real facts. Lee Sheridan, he owns 3 rights to 2 maids in the mop in Chesapeake, Norfolk, Virginia Beach. The guy cornered the game, maid services. But I was doing, like, he wanted to add the move out cleaning because so many people asked about move out cleaning. I was also doing carpet shampoo for him too. I bought a carpet shampoo machine for like $400. I don't know how much, man. I'll probably make 10,000 or more off that thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the easiest work ever. Shampoo and carpets, right? You know what I mean? Doing upholstery. I learned it from YouTube, right? Anyway, when I was subcontracting for him, and I had a friend, a buddy of mine, he said, "Look, bro, you know you ain't gonna be able to get to where you want to go if you work for somebody else." I was doing duct work for a company out of Norfolk. You remember when the people shot up the city hall in Virginia Beach?
Yeah.
So when that happened, God bless them people. But the new one, I was doing duct work. That worked for them for about a year, a little over a year. And the greatness how God works. So the guys, I told you I was in a networking group. Mm-hmm. So I used to have to be to meetings every Wednesday morning at 9:30. I would tell the guys, "Hey, look, man, I'll miss my lunch if y'all let me go down here and have this, hour on this meeting." You know what I'm saying? Hour and a half meeting. They was like, "Look, man, go ahead, do what you got to do." And they would when I get off work, I would get off work and I would go straight to do a move out cleaning. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have any contracts yet, no offices and things, which was my thing. And when the guy he introduced me to people, and I was out there, doing my what they call it, just knocking on doors, you know what I'm saying, passing out flyers, asking questions. And I had about 2 contracts, and I had a little money saved up, and I was like, "Oh, this is a funny thing." This is when I quit. So the first company I did move out cleaners everywhere for this guy because people was calling him everywhere, and I was thriving. He seen the money. He was he could pay his people less, and make more money, which is a smart business decision. But what happened was one of the companies that he first started having me work for was apartment complex, and I didn't know it was the money that it in move outs it is.
Yeah.
So they weren't doing a good job. But because of being, we have to be personal, we have to be communicators. It's business because these people are the people who feed us, and we gotta, and just being a good person helps too. So the guy called me one day and said, "DeMarcus, are you still doing cleaning?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Are you licensed and insured?" I said, "Yes, sir, I have all." They say, "Look, man, the guys who left that came when you left, they're doing a bum job. We need you back." And once I started going, I seen the money. I said, "Yeah, I can't do this job anymore." And I quit. I gave him my 2 weeks notice. I probably worked 3 more days. And, and this is the thing. This is the funny thing about it. They said, I never forget it. The guys, and this is what happened. So I want to tell everybody out there, and I already know this right here, bro. You got to believe in yourself. I don't care if your mom, your sister, whoever, your girlfriend, you have to believe in yourself. Because this is what the people at the job say. They said, "Look, man, if you ever come back, man, we'll be here, man, whenever you got to come back." So I sat there and told them all, I said, "I'm never coming back." And they got upset about that. But I'm like, no, I'm chasing this opportunity. Why would I look and give myself room to go backwards when the opportunity is ahead? And because of that, like I said, I began to grow, man. And I'm having jobs, 2-day jobs. It's I'm making decent money, and like it's only by the grace of God. So yeah,
man, that's great. So now, you touched on the apartment move outs, which you're gonna put me on the game here too, because I ain't never really do those. So I guess my first question, this one written down, but you made me think of it. About how long does it take you typically to do units? If you can give me like some type of rough estimate.
Okay, so it depends on how many people. So all right, so I have a set number that I charge. 1 bedroom is $256, 2 bedrooms $272, and this is for apartment complexes. And I'm specific about, so to the people, I'm specific about apartment complexes. I want to go on middle end or better, right? I don't want to go where they just because what's going to happen is by the time I got in there, the people have already painted, put in new carpets, whatever they needed to do. So all I got to do is some refrigerators, some ovens, and have my people do some bathrooms, some window sills, some, I'll have to do baseboards and all that other stuff, right? That's why I don't like doing residential move-outs. Apartment is my thing. And it probably takes about me and another person, depending on how bad the oven and the kitchen is, no more than 3.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? No more, matter of fact, no more than that. I can do it myself in 3.5 hours. if I'm not just sitting on the phone or having lunch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, because it's
Right.
I'm not doing it. I actually have one today and 3 offices tonight. So I'm actually going back to finish one. I went and touched up on it because I just had time and I knew I was coming back and do this. So 3.5 hours. So as a business owner, I pay my employees almost a 60-40 split. Like I had another one that had to be done. So I did that. So I had post-construction jobs today in Richmond. I was all the way there. And I'm just letting them get bones too, to making sure everybody, is okay. Because I have a few part-time employees too. They did a 3-bedroom. I gave them 75 a piece. Took them about 3 hours, $25 an hour. I'm making $130 back, just, for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I learned this from you and a lot of the guys that are in Clean Biz Network, which we missed. Even though I'm off social media for 6 months because I'm about to do some other stuff. We could talk about that later. I'm about to take the business to, and open another business. So I'm off social media for 6 months to focus. But you become successful by subcontracting. You know what I'm saying? By just getting all these contracts and just letting people do it, and you just collecting. Like now, you can sit back and you can be a business owner and work on your business and not so much in it. So that's what my focus is this year as well. So yeah, the move out cleaning, it's a really, really big part of our business.
That's what's up, bro. That's great game right there. All right, now all right. Initially, it was that working group. You met this guy. He helped you get in position to basically subcontract, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since then, what has been your best way to get customers?
For real, man, it's been referrals, man. It's been referrals. I still, honestly, referrals for me has been the best. It's been the best. Like, and I'm talking about from existing clients. You know what I mean? And I was also I always speak about what I do when I go around. Like, and this is a truth. A lot of people don't understand or recognize the commercial cleaning industry, but I tell them a fact. The guy who I got my trade from, his name is Ralph Norcutt. That's when I got it in prison in 2008 in Substitute State Prison. Ralph told me, man, every year the cleaning business will be in the Forbes 500 because everything has to be clean. You know what I'm saying? And people don't even realize. They look at it like I'm gonna taste a little cliche for the guys out there, the guys watching. When I meet women, they say, "What you do?" And I tell them, "I see y'all on a commercial cleaning." They see my car, they see me riding around, but I tell them this: it's not a sexy job, but the money is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you mind this? The money's sexy. So how much is it? How much do you make? You know what I mean? Right. So yeah, but that's like I said, for me personally, referrals, because all of my clients have gave me more clients. You know what I'm saying? They say, "Hey, look, we know what DeMarcus does. You need it." And if people say, "Hey, DeMarcus, this, then the third, we got a call from so and so," and I'm like, "Hey," I do my professional. "Hey, give me a minute. I come through, do a walkthrough. The rest of the story." You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what's worked for me.
That's fact, bro. I remember early on in my YouTube days, people would ask me, "Well, how you get customers? Or how you get more? I got a couple, but how do I get more?" I used to tell them back then, just clean your ass off, because
yes,
most of the time they tell you about it. It sounds like that's pretty much what you did. So I love that. All right, now I get this question a lot, and I like to stay in my lane. I talk about what I know, and if I don't know something, I try to go to somebody that do know. So you're a person that probably can answer this question better than I can, which is, people ask me, okay, they say they got felonies on their record. Will they background stop them from building this business? I'll let you answer that question for me.
Well, I would say yes and no. Okay. For me, I have drug charges, robbery charges, right? And okay, but it was so long ago, I don't know how far back their background checks go, right? Because I was a criminal, but I'm not a criminal now, right? I'm a regular member of society. And some of these companies, they do want to see, they want you to check all the boxes, because you're going to be in spaces or whatever, which is cool, no problem. I personally haven't ran into it because I don't go around. We just being candid right now because we're on air, and this is for the people to know. But I don't go around. None of my employees know what's going on with me. You know what I'm saying? They just know, hey, that's DeMarcus, and hey, DeMarcus, can you do this yet? We need, all right, no problem. Whatever you need me to do anytime, any problem, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Being professional. So, like I say, yes and no. Like I didn't personally feel like it was an edge for me to go out there and tell you, hey, look, I was in prison, but I'm doing right. Help me out. Nah, you know what I'm saying? I go to them, hey, I'm a professional, bring professional quality services. This is what we can offer. This is our prices. This is what we can guarantee you. And I stick by my word. And, it's worked so far.
Yeah, man, I love that. Matter of fact, that made me think of a story. So my first cleaning company I had was way back, I was like 1920, with Coverall, franchise with them, right? So me and my boy Monte, he had came home from prison, and he was actually cleaning before I was. He put me on to the cleaning, right? So I obviously let him join me and help me with mine. So one time I'm introduced him to a business colleague I knew, and he got to talking, telling him the story and all that. So when we were done, I told him, I said, man, from now on, that shit don't even exist. Don't ever bring it up. I said, matter of fact, also tuck your shirt in. We're gonna start wearing collar shirts, khakis. Like it's no there's a need to know basis. You know what I mean? It's like forget it, erase it. That was your past. Like you said, I was a criminal. I'm not anymore. That you got to make that conscious decision. And I'm saying this for the people watching this now because I think y'all really got. I don't want that what he just said that will go over y'all head. You know what I mean? That's a decision you got to make to let the other side go. You know what I mean? So I definitely want to point that out because that was huge right there. Now I want to ask you this though: what's the hardest part of business so far for you?
The emotional and mental toll that it can have on you because so I'm 38 years old. I have a 20-year-old, 18-year-old, 16-year-old. I'm single. I'm still looking for love, figuring out dating out here. I've been received by a lot of really good people. Haven't found my one. Complications come in with I have all my insurance, but new companies need new copies of the 23, 24 version, and Hiscox, which is my insurance company, is giving me a hassle. Banking institution, making sure everybody's paid. The list goes on in life, right? So it's like you have to have. I gotta wash my dishes. You know what I'm saying? But you,
Right.
you know what I'm saying. You have to have focus to block out all the noise, to block out everything else, and just to continue to, what they say, put the needle to the grindstone and continue to push. Because that's why I blocked off social media, because it's like I get up there all the time and it's for fun. We watch. But it basically, and I'm not knocking social media. Don't get it wrong, but for what I'm trying to do right now, I don't need to be bogged down with just what somebody did and the way they ate last night or where they going or who problems or who dating who or whatever. I don't care about that. Right now, I'm diving into podcasts. I'm diving into all types of motivational speaking stuff, YouTube videos, your videos, everything that can help me get to the next level. I need to continue to engage myself in that because this is what my thinking is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I won't say too much on it, but somebody told me it's like you have to be careful what you eat. If you eat healthy, you have a healthier body. If you allow healthy thoughts into your mind, and you'll have and you believe, and you'll see more positivity. And that's what I chose to do, and that's what's been working.
Absolutely, bro. I love it, man. Now I gotta ask you this one more before we jump to this lightning round and have some fun. So at the level that you at, obviously you can't clean everything yourself, and like you don't even want to at a while. But how have you found your workers so far, and then what has been like something that you've seen that works when it comes to managing people?
First off, I was blessed to find, well, people had like, hey, I know so-and-so that's want to work this and the third, so for me, I need to, this year, like I said, as I take the business to the next level with it, I'm actually about to open another business as well through business credit. I think I seen you talk about something being with business credit. I had no idea. And I'm about to smoke their boots. I'm telling you, legitimately, you know what I'm saying? And to open a whole nother company and pay them back their money and keep it going. So anyway, people have introduced me to people, and I fill them out, and I want to be more professional while I'm meeting them, and maybe not just it could be Starbucks or Panera or either one of those office spaces, and we're doing a more professional thing. Hey, this, that, and the third. That's why I want to go to. But as of right now, I've been meeting people. I'm learning. Hey, let me get your 1099. Let me get your information, because these taxes, you're gonna pay your own taxes. You know what I'm saying? It's 1099. Because I went through that too. But that's what's helped me. I forgot the rest of the question. I remember you was asked about. Oh, but managing my employees. For me, I had to fire a guy. I fired a guy that I met. He was a really, really cool dude, and I actually wanted to implement him in the next stages of my business because he was with me from, he's been with me for a while, but he started to kind of feel like he had more say so than. And I like, you can have say so like, hey, what do you think? You think this would be the best, way to do this? How do you think we should, tackle this situation, right? He started to feel like he had more say so, and I cut the checks. I've ran this. I paid every insurance you have no idea about. I did everything that you have no idea about. But because you come to work with me, now you feel like, you know what I'm saying? And I had to let him go, and it was hard, you know what I'm saying? But the other people I have, I'm learning to, because you probably know this better now. A lot of y'all know. Every you ask me, I know how to clean. Everybody knows how to clean. Everybody, quote unquote, knows how to clean, right? But as a professional, I'm going to show you what works for me. What this is, or you do what you do, and if you do what you do wrong, I have no problem saying, hey, look. You see this, but this right here, what the client expects from us. They expect this, whether it's apartment move out or it's a office space You know what I mean? I have a one that's like a medical facility, kind of. It's it's kind of like a psychiatric type place. They want unscented chemicals, right? So hey, this is what the people require. This is what they need to do. You see these spots, they need to make sure that these, because everybody can clean, but on a professional level, what I see. And then it's like, all right, I'm easy going about it. I'm not trying to beat it down and make their day no harder than what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let's go in here. Let's make us some money. This is a picture I paint to my people. You know, we talk about positivity. I say, hey, look, you're not outside in the cold. You're not out here. You're not in here sweat. This isn't the hardest job that you could be doing. It's freezing outside. You're not. So let's go in here and make us some quick money. Let's have us a good day. And we're going to continue to do this as long as we can. And when we grow, we all grow together. So that's the picture I paint. And so far, it's worked.
Yeah, I love that, bro. That definitely will motivate me. Like, you know what? You're right. It just makes sense. I love that, man. So we're going to have some fun now. We're going to jump into this lightning round. I'm going to say a word or a phrase. You just tell me basically the first thing that comes to mind. You ready?
Okay.
All right, bet. First one is Portsmouth.
Crazy.
Right.
Crazy.
The next one is, I'm going to squeeze this one in here just because I might not get another chance to do it. I'm going to say Charlestown.
Great part of my childhood.
Okay. Shout out Charlestown. All right, entrepreneurship.
Amazing thing, beautiful thing.
Yeah, absolutely. The cleaning business.
Beautiful, an abundance of opportunity.
It is. Key to success.
Hard work, focus, drive, discipline, faith, belief.
For sure. All right, Clean Biz Network.
The best. Can I cuss?
Absolutely.
The best motherfucking thing out there, man. You know, for us, for I don't care who you are, what your nationality creed is, man. Now I'm gonna say this again. Like I say, I gotta shed a tear, but we loved the Clean Biz Facebook group.
Yeah.
I'm rarely on the app. You know what I'm saying? That's I gotta go. Like that's why, you know, unless I gotta go and I gotta punch some in, you know, do some proposals or something like that. You know what I mean? But the Clean Biz app allowed me to be 10 minutes off a job, a walkthrough, and then punch in there and say, look, and tag some of the juggernauts. You know what I'm saying? What's the brother name from Jersey? Sean, what you call him?
Richard. Yeah.
I love that brother. You know what I'm saying? I love that brother. He don't even know me. I love that brother. I love the man. He's a savage when it comes to getting what he wants.
Yeah.
What's up, Wade? I love Wade too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of all y'all out there, the men and women that's out there, and I can go and get a question and get some insight, or I can talk about a opportunity that I got, and everybody will be proud, and we all could share and see each other. Like people don't know. Society can't work without us. It's like garbage men. They cannot work without us. We have to be there because they don't want to do it. So since you want to do it, you have to pay our price for the cleanest service that you can get. And we can tax them. We got to overcharge them, and it's like it's Clean Biz is everything, man. Clean Biz is everything, bro.
Appreciate you, bro. All right, now what else I got here? Social media.
Fun.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Mike Vick or Allen Iverson?
That's why you got. I can't. I can't.
Gotta take a shot. It's like drink train. Gotta take a shot.
I'm gonna say Vic, man. He came back, man, and did it on a high level again. Yeah, Vic.
Okay. Timbo or Pharrell? Timberland or Pharrell?
Pharrell, man. Pharrell. He that guy, they both juggernauts, both, you know, and perspective, they both are juggernauts. But I just love how Pharrell came and changed the whole game. He changed the whole game and spent on Virginia. He gave us a whole nother outlook. You know what I'm saying? How people see Virginians, like he changed the game. So I'm gonna say Pharrell. That's
facts, though. I ain't even really look at it like that, but I can see that. Favorite hobby when you got some free time?
Messing with the honeys, but I would say the gym.
Right. The gym, definitely. Life. Like, what else would you be doing, right? Yeah. All right, bet. Favorite movie or book?
My favorite movie is The Outlaw Josie Wells. I don't know if y'all ever seen it. Clint Eastwood. I love everything he stood for in that movie. Like, he was nobody to play with, and I don't know why I like it so much, but I'm a Clint Eastwood fan. I started liking him in prison. Favorite book, I would say, other than the Bible, I would say, I read so many. I would probably say Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So much read. Yeah,
absolutely. My brother put me on to that one, and he found it in there, right? And
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That like took my thinking process to the next level. Best decision you made in business so far?
The one I'm about to make this year. Actually tax time. I actually have to send my bookkeeper one last W-9 because here we go. I think I seen you talking about business credit on something, but I had no idea. This is for all of the other entrepreneurs out there that look like me. So I'm gonna give you a little quick. So I got a car and I put it on two-row because I'm just all about opportunity, right? And I put the car on two-row, and what wound up happening is I had no idea that I can go apply for 5 or 6 different car loans at one time. Had no idea. And I didn't, because I was trying to, get like the guy who gave me the advice. Once again, asked a question. He was out of a guy out of Ohio. He was actually from Virginia Beach. He lives in Ohio. This guy, him and his partner, like 30 cars. He was like, "Hey, what do you want to do? You just want to drive something around? You want to start a business?" I'm like, "Here, I'm here for the opportunity." He gave me the whole rundown. Back to business credit. I had no idea that after 2 years of business, some institutions said 1 year, but after 2 years of business, with all your tax returns, all your P&Ls and your balance sheets, you can go to as many banks as you want to, lending institutions, within a 30 days time span. And you can ask for lines of credit. It's the difference between loan and line of credit. So if you don't know, I didn't know, I'm enlightening you. I was super naive. You guys are smarter than me. A loan, once you get it, start paying it back next month. A line of credit, once you get it, you pay it back when you use it. If I get 50, if I only use 27, I only pay interest on 27. But this is the thing, I'm asking for unsecured lines of credit. I'm not giving you $1 and I want your money. This is how the bank makes their money. So because I have credit worthiness, low debt to income ratio, and my company has now made $135,000 in its second year, they're probably giving me money. They're going to give me money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to ask multiple lending institutions for money, and I'm going to pay everybody back. Of course, that's the thing we do. But I'm going to open another company. I'm going to invest heavily into this company, so to the point that I don't mind working. I'll work another 2-3 years, but I want to go ahead and invest in more contracts, invest in more employees, better equipment, go ahead and put my mission statement down. So now when I go and I interview new cleaners and I'm having somebody teaching them, I can go ahead and say, here's a checklist of commercial. This is what you need to do. Here's a checklist of the, whatever, you know what I'm saying? How people doing carpets and shampooing, because it's not that hard. And, so that's what I'm doing this year. So that's my biggest decision right now in business.
Love it, bro. Now, I always wrap up the lightning round with this last one. So here it is. Top 5 rappers all time.
Oh man, that's okay. So we're gonna say my man Jay-Z. Okay. Reasonable Doubt changed my life. Okay. I gotta say Big. How can I not say Big? Because he was just a lyricist out of this world, one of the best storytellers. So then I'm gonna go to the greatest storyteller in my generation, Nas. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's 3. So because I'm from the trap, I gotta put my man under there, Young Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? Big Young Jeezy fan. And top of my 5th, it won't be right if I ain't put him up there. Kiss, Jadakiss.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Jadakiss.
That's my guy. All right, but now we're gonna jump into. I got a couple more questions for you, then we're gonna wrap it up. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so was there like a mental turning point for you? And I asked this because, you obviously could have chosen a different path, right? Was it like something that stood out for you, and that kind of woke you up at any particular point? Because again, you could have came home, you could have made a completely different decision. You could have said, you know what, I'm only in here because I made a mistake doing it this way. I can come home and do what I was doing, but do it a different way. It's so many different things. So was there any a real turning point for you mentally to help you get to this point?
Yeah, the people sentence me all that time in prison, and I ain't want to stay there no more. You know what I'm saying? And that's it's a joke. I'd always tell people. I would say, man, I'm just here till they let me go. I've been gave up. Like when you play a video game and it's like, man, I'm done. I couldn't go to the people and say, hey, look, man, you're right. I done had enough. I don't want to do this no more, because I didn't have a choice. So with that right there, it's like I have notes and plans from 8-9 years ago, and this is what my mind has been focused on. So I came out here already with goals, setting mind plans, the passion that it was going to have to take a lot of focus and a lot of missing out to get to where I want to go. And because of that, it worked out, because I just believed in myself, and I just knew that I didn't want to be there. I want to be a better father. I want to be a husband one day, make my mom proud, my dad proud. So those things weighed more to me than making any decisions that wouldn't give me the results that I want. So
gotcha. Okay, now what's your long-term goals for your company? You want to sell it, you want to build it and pass it down to the kids? What's your goal for it?
So that's a good one. So my youngest son is 16. He works with me the most. My oldest 2, the 2018-year-old, they just kind of want to live their life, right? You know what I'm saying? They have worked before, but the youngest, he's in it. He's to the point that, it's like mopping. It's a certain style of mopping, right? Like it's people don't realize you can mop your house but it's a style of mopping. And my youngest son, I watch when he works and I look at him now because what I told him, I said he swinging a mop back and forth, you know what I'm saying? He vacuuming, he doing everything that I've shown him. So and I always tell him, I say, this is for us, this is for you. And so he's 16. I said, so by the time you're 18 and 20, 21, if you go to college, cool, that's great. But if you come and instead you're going to work, you will be an owner of a company. So because you have the information and that you already have the experience to be able to do this, now you can run your own crew. Or you can actually show people what to do because you have the insight. So yeah, I mean, don't get it wrong. If it comes to a time where, hey, 5-6 years later, somebody offers me $8 million for it because it's blew up and I have government contracts and all these other state contracts. Hey, depends. I don't know. But I know I want to blow it up to a multi-million-dollar company because it's going to take some steps, but the government contracting sphere is one of my next big steps too, right? So so I blow this into a multi-million-dollar company. It may be worth it. It might not be.
Never, bro. Okay, now what's the typical work day for you right now?
So it varies, right? It varies. I have offices that I do, so I have multiple apartment complexes. So sometimes I might have to do they call it the clubhouses. And inside it, I go do those, 7 o'clock in the morning. And I might so I'm telling y'all, apartment complexes y'all looking to, I promise you, they need 400 or 500 unit, it's so much money, 300 unit, 200 unit. I'll go and do those. I might do apartment and depending on how much. So here we go. Like I'm a regular guy and I'm not greedy, but I have some days where I can go and make $700 from, let's say, 7:30. By 2 o'clock, I made $700, and I can do it by myself. Mind you, if I don't feel like it, I can have somebody with me and take a little. But it's like, hey, what else am I doing? Everybody else is at work. I'm gonna make $700. Everybody else is at work making 130, 150. They have so I'll make this 700. So that, or like yesterday we were in Richmond. I have companies that found me online that I do post construction. I did a job in Richmond. It was post construction cleaning. Went in there, had to do the buffing the waxing. I had to strip and wax, so I did that. And they're gonna call me back one more time for final clean, $2,700. Easiest money ever, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I'm doing. I know what to tell my people to do. I have all the stuff that I need to get it done. And so it varies, but I can make my schedule because if I don't feel like working, I can just, pay my employees to go and get some stuff done. You know what I'm saying? And, do whatever else I want to do, so yeah, but it varies. The night jobs, so I gotta have the night jobs too. So yeah.
Gotcha. You got me interested now, bro, about these move outs, man. So all right. So one of the things that scared me away from them is I feel like the inconsistency. I don't know how many I'm gonna get each month. So I guess I got two questions for you. The first one is how often are they? Like, is it kind of consistent at some point? And then also the pay. I've heard about so many times these apartment complexes running off with the money, like people ain't getting paid. So do you get paid before? Do they pay you weekly, monthly? Like, how did that work?
So I haven't experienced getting ran off on because I'm going straight to the companies. I'm going to the companies, and I'm making all the checklists, and now I'm here. So you're gonna pay me because this is a business, right? So here's the beauty of it. All right, so I have a complex that I do the clubhouse, well, two actually. You know what I'm saying? I do the clubhouses, so I'm guaranteed $270 for the clubhouse, and then for the 2 mall apartments, it's like another $184. So that's like $444 every Monday morning. And if I do 2 apartments for them during the week, that's, let's say, $500. So I made $900 off this one complex, and let's say I can do all that in one day actually if I really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? $900 on the money. Then I have the second one I'm doing another 900. Let's say, quote unquote, that's $1,800. But people move out all the time. Right. People move out all the time. My first year I ran into a little problem because November, December things slow up like crazy. Because people who moves in Thanksgiving and Christmas, right? You know what I'm saying? But the rest of the year it's no set schedule that you would know until you get with the property manager and they be like, hey, we got a list of this. So after then, once you get in with the people, this is what I do. Like the guys, the head maintenance guys and all that, they'll show me this. All right, we got this many in January. We have, or this many in February. We have about 20 in February. So I can go ahead and set my mind, okay, that's about 20 times the 250 that I charge is X amount of dollars, what about $10,000 at least, you know what I'm saying? All right, so this is why I can figure this out at. So it's worth it, man. I'm talking about, bro. You might be looking for that consistency of a weekly, every other day, every 3 days, every day, which is cool. But you have this 1 or 2 apartment complexes have 300 or 400 units, they're gonna need you, and the money's gonna come. And that's I just signed on to one that I had to pay money to join, right? To be a part of. And it's like, all right, cool. Hey, at first I should have did it a long time ago, but now I did it. And it's like, hey, now you have access to. We have 25 apartment complexes all over the area. If we need somebody, you're a vendor. A guy called me a couple of weeks ago. Hey man, can you come out here? And I looked and I was like, wow, And actually, you know what? I did a walkthrough. You had got me a walkthrough going through the a while ago, and I did it. I didn't get it then because I had to be a sound as a vendor, right? But now I'm like, that's just so, by the grace of God, this is full circle. You know what I'm saying? And I did my proposal and sent them. I sent my proposal off. So yeah, but it's worth it, man. People don't, man. It's super recurring. You have to find out your best processes because some people are dirty, right? Let's go ahead and say people are dirty. You know what I'm saying? So these refrigerators might be disgusting. You need high powered chemicals or high powered machines to go in and do these ovens. I don't know if you're doing steam or just regular strong chemicals. And you find it's not hard work. It's actually not hard work, and the money's definitely worth it.
Are they paying monthly? How often do they pay?
I get paid every 2 weeks. I get paid. Every company has a different pay scale, but every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks is coming in, and so yeah.
Okay, bro. I appreciate that insight on that. Now, what else I got for you? Okay, this is a good one I'd like to ask towards the end. Somebody suggested this to me. So if you lost all your contracts right now, you had to start over from like day one, what would you do to rebuild back up?
I would go back to these apartment complexes. Okay. I would listen. I'm talking about. I've thought of it. I had to think of it. You know what I'm saying? I had to think of that, right? I would go back to these apartment complexes and say, hey, how you doing? My name is so this is what we offer. Do you know anybody who doesn't have any cleaners that you know? You know what I'm saying? And I go to them and I don't want to knock on stand on anybody's toes. So I wouldn't go to try to underbid somebody, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of this day, it's a business, and I'm not souring the game. You know what I mean? I'll make sure I make some money. Y'all gonna make some money. I'm not, doing that. But I would definitely go to them because when they start coming in, that's when I know. If okay, my last job, I was making $2,400 a month. I got about $500 a week. If I get one complex, I almost triple that each month. At least if I don't do anything else, I'm gonna triple that. That 2,500 is gonna turn about 7,500 at least through one apartment complex. So I'm gonna get an apartment complex. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, then I can go and get into the more things I love, the buff and the wax strip, and talk to some contractors. Because I like post construction, even though a lot of people stray away from because it's one off. But I need that. Like I said, I did one yesterday for they wanted 20. They was paying $2,700 for it because I subcontracted to a company out of Vegas that found me, and they paying $2,700 for it. All together, I'm putting together about $1,000. You know what I'm saying? I had to buy extra chemicals, those more scripper wax. I had to drive all the Richmond gas. What I paid employees, I bought lunch, and then the next time I go, which is gonna be a simple clean. Paying about $1,000. I make $1,700 for 2 days work. You know what I'm saying? So people stray away from them, but how often do you have? If it's a website, I forgot it, but you guys can look on websites. Where I would look on websites, like you asked me the question, and find out where I can find most. Because most of those not construction companies, but the people that do, when they look for plumbers and HVAC guys and concrete guys and foundation guys and painters and everything else, they also look for us because when everything, we the last line of defense. When everything else is done, guess what? We got to come in there and make it look like new. And just telling people about post construction, I know a lot of you guys know my biggest post construction contract was like 346,000 square feet. And I'm gonna tell you how God works. I was so naive that we were going in there and we were going to use a push broom and some mops to do it. Right? That took like days. Guess what happened? Just so happened that one of the GCs was like, man, you want to use that auto scrub? And I knew a guy that I had worked with from the previous job. That's why it's good to be good to people. I said, hey, man, I'll pay you $40 an hour, man. If you'll come out here and drive this thing around, because I knew he was certified to drive everything, forklifts, all that. He said, all right, bro, when can I do it? He said, man, I said, we're going to do it. He said, come on. We went and we had to get propane. He said, man, y'all run the white dude, excuse me, this guy, GC. He was like, look, he said, look, man, y'all run the piss out of it. I don't care what you do. It's been sitting here. And in 2 days, I paid this man about, I don't know how much I paid him, but he was happy with the pay. And I made about 8,000 change off of about a week worth of work. You know what I'm saying? Professional structure. So like I say, I don't chase it, and I would for those big ones, because you don't know, it might take me a year to build a building. But when it comes, those are some opportunities where it's like, you need some quick extra money, profit for whatever to put up into your savings and to do whatever. They come in really handy. So that's what I would do to get my company back on. I definitely would.
Facts. The post instructions, that's big money for sure. And one thing too, you said a website, but you got the name. I'm wondering, it might have been buildingconnected.com. I know I shared that one in Clean Biz Network. I figured I'd go ahead and throw this one out here as a treat for those who made it to the end of the video. So buildingconnected.com, y'all, if y'all interested in post instruction clean. But one last question before I let you go, bro. I always ask this one. If somebody watching this video, they scared to make that jump, what advice would you give to that person right now?
You just prolonging your success. You prolonging everything that you've ever dreamed of, everything that you could ever want to do. You just prolong it. All right, so here we go. I've been out of penitentiary. It'll be 3 years in March the 16th. March 3rd, I'm leaving the country again for the third time. I just got my passport in May of last year. I got on probation in May. I got my passport in June, actually. I got on probation in May, got my passport in June. I'm you know, for the guys out there, I got, you know, hundreds, man. I can do what I want to do. I can get on a plane with them if I want to. And my employees are blessed that they can take care of things. And I couldn't do this if I was still doing duct work for that company I was with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I couldn't do that. I couldn't be who I want to be. And I'm still a long way from where I want to go. But I couldn't do the things that I want to do and be the person I want to be working with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? They could be that person because I work for them. But me working for me, greatest decision I ever made. In business, one of the greatest decisions I ever chose.
Big fat. Also, I don't know what y'all waiting for. You prolonging your success, just like DeMarcus said, man. So appreciate you, bro, again, for taking the time out coming on. This was major, bro, for real. Like, I could tell you definitely one of them ones, man. So ain't nothing gonna stop you, bro. So I love it. I appreciate you. DeMarcus Wade, everybody. How do we follow your journey?
Man, you know, simple guy, man. I'm DeMarcus Dominique, man. On Instagram, Facebook, you can find me DeMarcus Wade, man. I'm just posting positivity, growth. Might throw a joke in there, you know what I'm saying? But I'm learning that I just want to be myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not in the door yet, but I figured out a ways, and with the stuff like my lines of credit, where my business is going, I was trying to be to a profession. I felt uncomfortable because I was like, man, maybe they ain't gonna accept me. But like, I got the tattoos. They don't know about the rest of the stuff, and a lot of them didn't. But at the end of the day, when you start making those game changing amounts of money, it ain't really much you can say to me because mine is proven. The same way, you know, as you can get up here in CBN with the head and the shirt, with the braids, and say what you want to say because it's proven. You can say it. Anybody else can say what you say, but what I have is proven, and that's what I'm walking into. So yeah, y'all can follow me, man. We can laugh and joke, ask questions. That's what we're here for.
Go follow y'all, man. This DeMarcus Wade, y'all. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you for watching my video, and make sure you hit that like button if you liked the video, because I know you did, and also hit subscribe, and right beside that subscribe button is going to be a notification bell. You gotta click that, because guess what? You never know when I'm gonna go live. As a matter of fact, I might go live right now, so make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss my videos, all right? And if you want to start or grow your business, check out cleanbiznetwork.com, all right? We have cleaning business starter kits. We have a lead generation service to help you grow your cleaning business, all type of stuff. And also, don't forget to download the Calculated Clean mobile app as well, all right? So that's what I got for y'all until you click another video and go watch, man. Watch another video, why not? Binge on it, let's go.